Welcome, everyone. We're so glad to have you here today. My name is April Walker, and we have Miss Rosa Salazar that will be your presenters for today. Our session is all about helping our fourth graders grow into confident, independent writers using the POW plus tree strategy. This is a powerful tool, it's research based, that breaks writing into manageable steps, helping students organize their thinking and expressing their ideas clearly. By the end of this PD, you'll walk away with practical steps, student examples, and ready to use resources for your classroom. Before we begin, we're going to go over a few norms for today's PD. They are to be present, be engaged respectfully. We're going to start on time, therefore, we're going to end on time. And when you leave here, please leave with clarity. If there's any questions, we'll be asking questions at the end. Please ask us because we're here to support you and your young writers. These are going to be our learning objectives for today. For number one, is explain components of the POW plus tree strategy and apply to opinion writing. So you'll be able to do that by the end. You're going to be able to demonstrate how to introduce and implement the strategy to your students. Identify ways to differentiate the POW plus tree strategy for all writers. And create a lesson plan activity that is aligned with fourth grade TEKS. All right, so before we begin, we are going to start with a little icebreaker, and it's called Back in Time. And so I want us to begin by reflecting on our own experiences with writing in school. Think about a time when writing was exciting, or maybe it was something that you dreaded about writing about, and it became even frustrating. Was there a teacher who inspired you or motivated you with your writing? Or even think about a project that you loved or dreaded. I want you to take a minute. You all should have a sticky note in your toolbox. I want you to take one sticky note and I want you to jot down just that one quick memory. Okay. I'm going to give you guys about a couple of minutes to do that. Once the timer goes off, you are going to turn to your shoulder partner and you're going to share that experience with them. This is the time and it's going to help us connect to our students' feelings about writing because those emotions often shape their motivation. So the question you may ask yourself and may have wondered is why teach opinion writing? Okay. Opinion writing is a critical skill for fourth graders. It helps them build logical thinking. They're able to express their opinions clearly and use evidence to support their ideas. And this can even go into when you are teaching your ECR or SCRs. These are skills that go far beyond the classroom, and they are also life skills that they'll need. It's embedded in the TEKS or the standards, so we're helping students meet academic expectations while empowering their voices. So let's begin with what is the POW plus tree strategy? So POW stands for pick my idea, organize my notes, write and say more. It's a universal writing strategy for any genre. Tree stands for topic sentence, reasons, explain reasons, and ending. Together, POW plus Tree gives students both the process and the structure they need to write effective opinion pieces. So your step-by-step that you'll give students is first, pick my idea. So decide what you believe. Organize my notes. With that, you'll give them a blank graphic organizer with the POW plus Tree. You'll give them that acronym. Write and say more, which they'll be able to expand and revise and edit. Topic sentence will clearly state their opinion. Reasons, give at least 3 strong reasons. Explain reasons, so this is where the student's going to be adding their supporting details. And then 7, wrap it up with a strong conclusion. So here is a video of a teacher modeling the POW plus tree strategy with a student. So here you see that she has her anchor chart, and then on to the left is her graphic organizer. So let's see if this video will play. So, this strategy is backed by decades of research through the self regulated strategy development model. It doesn't just improve writing, it also helps students develop planning skills, organization, and self confidence. When students use Power Plus Tree, they start to see writing as something they can tackle step by step instead of something overwhelming. These steps does not change, it's repeated steps. So this helps students to be able to organize their thoughts as well as their writing. So here above is the anchor chart that we'll be providing for you today, as well as the Power Plus Tree graphic organizer. So here's a sample of what you would give a student when you're implementing the Power Plus Tree strategy. And notice how each part of the paragraph matches the tree steps. The topic sentence states their opinion, reasons are clear, explanations give depth, and the ending ties it all together. How you would introduce this into your classroom, of course, is giving them the anchor chart. Give them students need visuals. Okay. Always, when you're implementing a new skill, give the student, and as well as vocabularies, give the student visuals. You're going to model the strategy. So, as together as a class, model the strategy together. Give the students a graphic organizer because this is a planning tool for the student. And then give them time to have guided practice. Some of them will need support. Always give students feedback. Discuss what worked and what could improve. The goal is gradual release. So moving from teacher led to student independence. So now that we went over the steps of the Power Plus Tree strategy. You've seen it in action with the teacher modeling to the student on how to implement the strategy. Now is your turn to practice. So each of you have a graphic organizer that you're going to use. Now you're going to work with a partner on the prompt. Should homework be banned in elementary school? You're going to use this graphic organizer to plan your paragraph. You'll have about 10 minutes to brainstorm and then write, and then we'll share a few examples. Okay. So again, you are going to think about the prompt. The prompt again is, should homework be banned in elementary school? You're going to work with your shoulder partner because I'm only given 10 minutes. And then you're going to use the graphic organizer to plan out your paragraphs. I'm not asking you to be completely done with it and have the graphic organizer completely filled out, but I do want you to get into the practice of using this graphic organizer and using this strategy. I'll give you guys about 10 minutes and then we'll share out. If you have any questions, me and Ms. Salazar, we will be walking around to monitor. I know one of the big questions is, how can you support all students? Okay, so Power Plus Tree works for all learners because it's flexible. You can add a sentence frames for emerging writers. You can allow audio recordings for students who struggle with handwriting. And you can encourage advanced students to use digital tools or add more reasons. And you can also, you're given at the beginning of school year, you're given, students who need those accommodations. So this strategy is very feasible to be implemented to all students, even your struggling writers or your ESL writers or your students who need that extra support in writing. This is to support, and it's science-based, research-based to support all students on any level. You guys did a phenomenal job with your writing prompt and being engaged today. I truly, truly appreciate that. It makes my heart happy. So today, before you leave, you'll be getting all the resources from today. You'll get poster anchor charts of the Power Plus Tree strategy, and it's already laminated. We'll be giving you graphic organizers as well. And I know we didn't mention too much, but we will have some mentor text suggestions into your classroom. We also will provide student samples just to kind of help, guide you if you're still struggling with, excuse me, implementing that strategy. And then even rubrics on how. So once the student has finished their writing, you can use a rubric that was created to help and grade the student's work. These are ready to print and these are ready to go. And I also created a folder for you guys so that you have access to it. Just in case, I know for me, sometimes, I lose papers. So just in case if that happens, you are able to have digital access to that. Before we leave, I want us to just recap what we went over today of the POW plus tree strategy on how we are going to implement it to our students, how we're going to introduce it, how we're going to model. That's very important that you are modeling with your students. Think aloud, think through the process aloud as you are going through each of the components of the POW plus tree strategy. And also think about one thing you're excited to try with your students after today. And I always want you to remember that writing is a journey. Okay. Our job is to guide them, provide structure, and celebrate their progress. We would like to thank you for your time and energy today. I want you to take a moment and fill out the feedback form. I want you to just give us true feedback. What went well? Where some ways that we can grow? We love that's how it perfects our job and help and support you and in your classroom. So please take a minute to fill out the feedback form. Your thoughts help shape future PD sessions. We're excited to hear about the amazing writing your students will create using the POW plus Tree strategy. Thank you so much.